LaMelo Ball was one of the breakout stars of the last NBA season. The number 3 pick in the first round of the draft, Ball went on to help bring the Charlotte Hornets into playoff contention for the first time in ages. He gave Hornets fans something to believe in and also played spectacular basketball. It's no surprise that he ended up becoming Rookie of the Year, even after missing weeks of the season due to a hand injury. Yes, it seems that the future for the younger brother of Lonzo Ball is bright. There is a good chance that he is just starting out on a long, fruitful, and very successful NBA career. But there is also a chance that in just a few years' time, he might be scraping by and pinching pennies to make ends meet. Based upon some of the things that we know about young LaMelo, there are certain warning signs that he could go broke before he's even 30 years old. So what could possibly derail the financial future of such a promising young star? Well, before we get into the pitfalls that await LaMelo, we need to discuss the giveaway that we are doing. If you play your cards right, you could end up with a brand new PS5 or Xbox One and a copy of NBA 2K22. How do you get your name entered into the drawing to win the grand prize? Well, that's the easy part. Simply follow our channel, like, and comment on the video. We will randomly select our winner once the channel has hit 50,000 subscribers. So if you're smart, you will ask your friends to join in too, because it only helps out your chances. Plus, you can always play the game with them once you win. Now, let's discuss LaMelo Ball, his finances, and the dangers that are lurking for him. Recently, the son of LeVar Ball signed an impressive $35.6 million contract with the Hornets for 4 years. While only $16 million of that is guaranteed to the baller, is a huge payday for someone so young. Remember, Ball is only 20 and just finished his very first season playing professional basketball. With a contract that large and an age so young, you would think there is nothing standing in the way of LaMelo being filthy rich until he's old and gray. But the truth is, LaMelo is making a few choices that some think might lead to his bank account being drained. The biggest thing that could land LaMelo in the poorhouse is his inclination to spend big. The guy likes to drop some cash. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's expected that everyone goes on a spending spree every once in a while, especially when they are making the big bucks. However, some of the purchases that LaMelo has made have been questionable at best. Last year, LaMelo got roasted online when he was seen showing off his brand new diamond grills. Trolls poked fun at the star, who looked a bit silly with his flashy smile. And people commented that buying grills like that wouldn't come cheap. It wouldn't eat up his entire salary, but it certainly would put a dent in it. If Ball expects to keep spending wildly on things such as grills and over-the-top unnecessary accessories, he might see his value dwindle quickly. For his part, LaMelo said that he didn't actually pay for the grills. He also said that he's a smart spender. "I don't spend NBA money. I'm smarter than that," LaMelo told his haters. While it may be true that Ball isn't making it rain with his NBA earnings, it's also possible that he's just saying that to save face. The other bigger issue that could rob LaMelo of his earnings and make him broke doesn't have to do with his teeth, it has to do with his heart. Recently, the young Hornet star began a relationship with a lovely young lady, one that could cost him dearly. LaMelo made waves when he started dating Instagram model Anna Montana. Not only did some people think she was out of LaMelo's league, others were surprised to see the 32-year-old Montana dating the 20-year-old LaMelo. But hey, the heart wants what the heart wants, right? Sure enough, Ball started popping up in some of Anna Montana's Instagram stories, and they were more or less confirmed by multiple sources close to the couple. Then in the summer, rumors started to swirl that Montana was pregnant with her first child. She took to Instagram to post about being in love with a human that she hasn't met. She also posted about taking on a new big adventure and tweeted that she was so happy and thanking God. Meanwhile, blogs across the web reported that Anna thought she was pregnant with LaMelo's child. Now, while congratulations are in order, there should be some caution on Ball's part as well. Hopefully, he and Anna really do give birth to a happy, healthy baby and remain in a committed relationship for the rest of their lives. However, if they don't, that could spell financial ruin for LaMelo. If the couple splits up, Ball would be responsible for child support to help raise their child, and that can take a huge chunk out of anyone's paycheck. But LaMelo Ball isn't just anyone, and his paycheck is absolutely massive. It is assumed that LaMelo could be pulling down a $300 million contract in the next few years. Now that is a jaw-dropping sum. And you know what else is jaw-dropping? The fact that he would owe about 17% of that in child support. That's what California law states, which would mean that LaMelo would be paying about $51 million to Anna and the child. Ouch. And if that were to happen, LaMelo would have to be playing and making a lot of money all the time. Now, if that scenario sounds too far-fetched, you should remember that it's not. In fact, it just happened recently with LaMelo's own teammate, PJ Washington. Washington was with his girlfriend, Brittany Renner, up until they had a child. A few weeks after the birth of their child, Washington and Renner split up. And now Washington is rumored to owe Renner $200,000 a month in child support. Washington says that's not the case, but there is no doubt he is paying a very large sum every single month for his child. Now, LaMelo will likely have a long and amazing NBA career, and he's only 20, so he has many years ahead of him still. However, if he does have a child with Anna and they do break up down the road, a large portion of the money he accumulates will go straight to that child. And if he suffers a career-ending injury, well, then things will get much more complicated. It's not crazy to think that perhaps LaMelo won't play as long as he'd like at the level that he's capable of. A very serious injury could severely sideline his progress and his earnings, only adding to the financial uncertainty ahead for him. In fact, he's already hurt in a very intense way already. In March of the first season, LaMelo suffered a fractured bone in his right wrist. Thankfully, he was only out a couple of months and was able to return to the team in May. However, the fact that he got hurt so badly in his first season left many afraid that it could happen again. If he were to suffer another serious mishap, it could impact his gameplay in a major way. And what happens if he is hurt in another part of his body, like his ACL or back? If that happens, his storied career might end up being far, far shorter than anyone expects. And what if that happens when he's still paying off his lavish purchases and his child support and his A-class lifestyle? Well, that could eat up all of his money in record time. Now, as you can see, LaMelo has a lot of risks ahead. There are multiple ways that he could go and be drained of all of his earnings. Thankfully, it seems like he has a lot of money coming his way. Not only is LaMelo making millions with his new Hornets contract, he is also getting rewarded with a hefty endorsement deal too. LaMelo was signed by Puma for a contract that is earning him tens of millions of dollars. No one knows for sure just how LaMelo is making by sporting Puma, but there were reports saying he was fetching a figure close to $100 million. Meanwhile, Ball is also selling hoodies for $120 and t-shirts for $70. He also accumulated a fair share of cash from his years playing overseas in Australia and Lithuania. And if it's true that LaMelo isn't spending any of his new NBA earnings, he's going to be in good shape for a long time. However, if he's dipping into those funds at all, he needs to be careful. That is especially true if he does indeed become a father and keeps enjoying an extravagant lifestyle. So what do you think? Does LaMelo have what it takes to continue his career and make bank? Or is he setting himself up for failure by spending far too much in too many different ways? Do you think LaMelo will only get wealthier, or do you expect him to lose it all in the next few years? Let us know what you think about LaMelo and his spending in the comments below. Also be sure to like and subscribe so that way you can stay up to date on all things NBA.